Hello, and thanks for tuning in to a government employee update from governmentnonsense.com, also to be found on Facebook and Twitter. This comes after being told from a teacher earlier today that they are getting the shaft as far as compensation levels, and hearing that several times over the last few months, seeing teacher strikes and so forth. I wanted to give you a little specifics on that comment because I'm sure many of you out there have heard it too. According to a recent article at engineeringsalary.com, the National Federation of Teachers reports the average public school teacher in this country earns $45,950 annually. Now let's break that down into an hourly wage and see if you think they're really getting the shaft. An average full-time employee in the private sector works 242 days annually. The average teacher works 160 days annually. Now that's taking into account with both groups, weekends, days off, and so forth. With an average compensation of $45,950 annually and working 9 hours daily, this breaks down to an hourly pay rate of $31.91 for a school teacher. If teachers work the same number of days each year that an average private sector employee did, their annual compensation would be about $69,499.98. When teachers' pay is broken down in this format, it becomes much harder to see how a school teacher is not getting a fair shake. The $45,950 is also not taking into account several other benefits that are also worth big dollars to teachers. Their retirement programs can pay out over 80% of the teacher's highest career pay rate to them from the day they retire until the day they die. Again, let's put numbers on that. $45,950 annually at 80% in retirement is equal to $36,760, not including cost of living increases that generally are allowed for annually. If a teacher graduates from college at 23 and goes to work in the public school system, retiring after 25 years with a life expectancy of 78 years old, they will earn a pension for 30 years in retirement. To draw the equivalent of $36,760 in retirement based on withdrawals from the private sector employees' IRA, 401k, that person would need to have over $735,000 invested in those accounts at a 5% return. Many teachers across the country also have a retirement benefit that matches their salaries for the last 3 years that they are working and puts that money into an account for them that can be withdrawn at retirement, known as a drop program, and there's other names for those programs. Many teachers across the country also have many teachers stay retired for a required period of time, which is usually a year, and then go back to work teaching in public schools and are able to draw teaching salaries again, as well as their pensions, though many states, or several states I know, are in process now of doing away with their ability to practice this. Before taking a group's word for it, they should be better taken care of by the system. Research what they're telling you and find out the facts. For every government employee, including teachers, it will take about 14 private sector employees' tax dollars to pay their salary. At a time when the U.S. is making fewer widgets, outsourcing is taking away jobs, welfare programs are running rampant, and taxes for working Americans are doomed to increase significantly, we all need to remember what the country was built on: food, steel, fuel, and the private sector's ability, or the private sector employees' ability to work hard to produce these things. Rather than gripe about how they are being taken advantage of, maybe teachers, cops, firemen, and the thousands of other government employees out there should just send a thank you card to the plumber or restaurant owner, farmer, mechanic, or other hardworking American who lives next door. Thank you for tuning in to Government Nonsense.